like to drive the 2019 Mazda Miata RF in the winter? I'm Josh Smith with Gotta Be Mobile, and let's take a look at how this car handles in the snow and how quickly it warms up. This is the 2019 Mazda Miata RF. It's a hardtop Miata. We have the top down, even though it is pretty cold out right now. And even with the top down, it stays pretty toasty in there if you have the heat on full blast. We're driving this in the winter, which is something you don't do in a lot of convertibles, but with the hardtop, you're able to warm this cabin up. We've been in the middle of the polar vortex, so it's been really cold here. It's finally above zero, and I was able to get the cabin to a comfortable temperature in just above zero conditions in about 7 minutes, which is pretty nice. And this handles pretty well in the snow because we're on some Bridgestone Blizzak tires, and I'm surprised with how well the Miata handles in the snow. Now, keep in mind, if you turn traction control off, you're gonna do a little bit more sliding, and we'll show you a little bit of that here in a minute. I've been driving this through snow that's about 2 or 3 inches deep, some packed down icy snow on some country roads, and it's handled really well. You can feel the corners start to kick out a little bit at times if you give it a little bit too much gas, but overall, this is a really nice combo as soon as you make that small adjustment to rear wheel drive and put a little bit of faith in those Blizzak tires. Overall, the 2019 Mazda Miata RF is a very easy to drive winter vehicle. Heats up nice enough. If you put winter tires on it, it's gonna handle just fine on most of what you can throw at it here in the Midwest. Again, I'm in Ohio, so we've been dealing with super cold temperatures. It started right up, heated up pretty nicely in the very cold temps. While not everyone is going to want to daily drive a Miata in the winter, if you plan to do it, the RF with the hardtop is definitely the best option. So I've been driving the Miata throughout the polar vortex when we've had temperatures well below zero, about -12, maybe a little bit lower, and that's before wind chill. With wind chill, it was like -20, -18, -30, whatever. It was really cold. I would not want to be in a soft top convertible of any kind in that weather, or a soft top Wrangler in that kind of weather. It's just hard to get things warm and to keep them warm. But with the hardtop and the RF, I'm able to heat this up in about 7 minutes to a temperature where I'm hot. And that's really nice. It's especially helpful because it's a pretty small cabin, but this hardtop really makes the difference. I feel like those Bridgestone tires really make the difference, allowing me to drive this for an entire year through the winter without worrying about handling on the road. And that's a pretty big deal. I've been driving this on a variety of surfaces. I'm on a wet surface right now. You'll see some footage of driving through snow. It was light, fluffy snow, about 2 or 3 inches. We've had epic cold and a lot of ice. And so I've really been able to put this through a variety of winter conditions all in the span of this week. And then by Monday, it's gonna be in the 50s, so you definitely would want the top down. And that's one of the nice things about the Miata RF. It can really go from season to season a lot better than most convertibles. Inside is a pretty tight cabin, but it's about similar to what you have in the standard Miata. I will say one challenge that I've run into is the Recaro seats are a little more snug when you're all bundled up with 4 layers of clothes on to stay warm once you get out of the car. Even with snowy, cold conditions, this is definitely a car that you're going to be able to drive all year round. You're going to be able to do that here in Ohio and in the Midwest, where it's typically a challenge to handle that kind of duty in a convertible. Hey everyone, thanks for joining me to take a look at winter driving the 2019 Mazda Miata RF. I'm Josh Smith with Gotta Be Mobile. If you found this video useful, please leave us a like, leave us a comment, and let us know what you think about this crazy stunt, and subscribe for more from Gotta Be Mobile.